The Torah is for us, which brings us into the month of Sivan. The astrological sign, if you have this sheet, is twins. It's Tumim, it's twins. Why twins? Because the Torah is a partnership, right? Each month has its sign. Twins are literally, we're more than family. We're more than friends. We're more than brothers. We are literally different manifestations of the same cell. We were literally born, right, at the same time. We are brothers in the closest way possible. I walked into a store yesterday, a furniture store, and there were these two guys sitting there, and they were identical twins. They were like running the store. It's fun, always fun to see like identical twins as adults. They're like working together. It's just funny. Like really, you guys. Like, and then I was speaking to one of them, and I had to I left for a minute. I came back and I told my husband which one was I talking to. Like I wasn't sure who to continue the conversation with. Okay, God knows who to make twins or not. If I was a twin in high school, then we would have had a lot of fun with our teachers and our tests. So twins, okay, are literally, we're more than just brothers. We are so connected. Shavuot, Sivan, getting the Torah, is a month of connection. We're going to speak about, I asked, what do we know about Shavuot? And the only two things that came up were two minhagim, were two customs, not laws. The dairy and the staying up all night. We're going to get to why is it that there are no laws? There are no halachas on Shavuot. When you think of Sukkot, what do you think of? A sukkah. That is the mitzvahs aseh d'oraisa. That is the law from the Torah of Sukkot to build a sukkah. Besukot teshu shivas yamim. You should sit in a sukkah for 7 days. When you think of Passover, what do you think of? Matzah. That is the mitzvah of Pesach, right? Right? You need to eat matzah, unleavened bread. God forbid to find any chametz in someone's home. Right? When you think of Hanukkah, what do you think of? The menorah. That is the mitzvah of Hanukkah, to light the menorah. Think of Purim, what do you think of? What? Megillah and Shalach Manis, those are right. There are 3 mitzvahs of Purim. 4 mitzvahs, sorry, right? Those are 2 of them. And when you think of Shavuos, what do you think of? Dairy, like we said, right? Dairy is a nice custom that not even everyone does. We're going to speak about it. Then how come there are no mitzvot? Directly connected to Shavuot. But for now, we're saying, so that we're talking about, any questions so far? No? Okay. So for now, we're talking about, so why is this a month of twins? Because it's a month of unity and connection and achdus, right? After the first temple was destroyed, for how many years do we know? Rhymes with levendy. Thank you. 70 years. It was destroyed for 70 years for 3 cardinal sins, which are, right, idolatry, murder, and adultery. And it was destroyed for 70 years, and it got rebuilt. The second temple was destroyed for how many years? We're still in it. We're still in it, over 2,000 years. What was the sin for the second temple's destruction? No Havas Yisrael, sinat chinam, baseless hatred, right? Unity, yeah.
Like, did they not have the resources or something?
They tried.
What happened?
Well,
Collapsed when they tried to build it here.
Well, they still have an organized. Where'd they try and build it? I don't remember them trying to build it. I know that there still is an organization that is working now on building the vessels for the temple. And so when it comes, we believe the third Beis HaMikdash needs to be, will be rebuilt when the Mashiach comes. We don't believe nowadays that anyone, right? It's not like we don't believe nowadays anyone can just come and build it. We believe when Mashiach comes, that's when it's going to be rebuilt. That's why. I know they are building like the actual, they have, because the Torah has all the measurements of the menorah and of all, if you go through Sefer Vayikra, Leviticus, it has all of the measurements. It's like the whole book is about the avoda, the work in the Beis HaMikdash. So they have the measurements. People are building it nowadays.
Is that museum in the old city?
It's in the old city, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So twins, unity, achdus. Why hasn't it been rebuilt? It hasn't been rebuilt because look around us. So many times I just look and I say, and that's why Mashiach's not here. things that I do also, right? That's why Mashiach's not here, because they're in that box and I'm in this box and we're all separate and we're not connected. The moment I'll get to you in a moment, the moment there's fragmentation, the moment there's, oh, you wear that kippah? Sorry, you must not be from. Or, oh, you don't wear a kippah? Or, oh, you're one of those, right? It works in the reverse also, right? Many times you have secular Jews who look at Orthodox Jews and saying like, oh my God, you guys are like totally brainwashed. Or, oh my God, like you guys are ruining society. It works both ways. The moment there is fragmentation, it's broken. I had this powerful moment at the Kotel a few months ago when it was during a time, it's softened a little bit. We're still dealing with it, but it's softened. It's only been about a year and almost January will be 2 years since my younger daughter was born. And my older daughter had an extremely hard time when she was born. I'm very close with her, and also on this, like, someone came and invaded her space and her mommy time. And so she was hurting my younger daughter a lot. And it got to a point, it was like, just like, enough, guys, like, enough. And so I was at the Kotel one night, and I was there, and I was having such an intense davening, and I was just like speaking to Hashem, and I said, and Hashem just like, and I was davening for my kids, right? That's like the only foolproof method of education is prayer for your children, okay? And I was just saying, Hashem, I said, Hashem, like, let them get, I was like so frustrated. I'm like, just let them get along. Like, let Chaviva stop hurting Ahava. Enough, like, let her stop hurting her. And the moment I said that, I looked up at the Western Wall and I was like, I get it, right? Like, it was this moment of such a paradigm shift of, I get it, right? The moment like I'm able to get along with my brothers and sisters, i.e. Klal Yisrael, the Jewish nation, then there will be peace, right? What is the one thing parents want for their children? Get along. Like just be friends. Yeah.
Going back to what you said, why is the victim just not here, right? Now, I read this book, and it says the world is in chaos. It's not like everything's not in order. Like, everything is there, right? But it's not in order. That's what chaos is. We're all born with the Aleph and base, right? Aleph with spirituality and base with physicality, right? The problem is that we don't put them together. We don't put them in our lives, They're both situated so differently. We either have the Aleph or we either have the base, right? That's why we're in chaos. That's why we don't connect. It's either one half of the Jewish nation is all Aleph or one half of the nation is all base.
Right, so how do we bridge that? Right, I mean, not always. I mean, you have people who are so spiritual, they're totally removed from this world, okay? And you have people who are so physical that spirituality is not for me. The point is that our bodies are secondary, right? However, we are supposed to be Adam. The word Adam, which means man, is that if you spell out God's name, Yud, and then Hey, and then Vav, and then Hey, right, the four-letter name of God, that's the gematria, the numerical value of Adam, of man, because we are meant to be living expressions of God in this world. That does not mean negating our body. That does not mean not taking care of ourselves, right? Many Sfarim, many holy books speak about if you want to have that relationship with God up here, you need to have that relationship up here and with your body, right? You need to have a healthy vessel to work with, which means exercising and eating healthy and taking care of yourself. It's this constant duality that we feel like we're fighting, however, they go well together. They mesh together. I'm sure you've learned it. That's what Judaism is. We don't shun the physicality, and we don't say, now we're only spiritual, right? You take the two together, which is why you take a glass of wine on Friday night, and you make Kiddush. Kiddush literally means holy, right? A marriage ceremony is called Kiddushin. That's what the marriage ceremony means, which means holiness. In Israel, under the chuppah, when the groom says the line, Harei at mekudeshet li, right, you are betrothed to me, they all go, mekudeshes, mekudeshes, and they all start clapping. It doesn't happen in America. So they all start, mekudeshes means holy. We're a man and woman coming together, that's holy. Man and woman, yeah, that's holy. Kiddush, wine, that's holy, yeah. It says a Nazir, are we familiar with a Nazir? Someone who withholds himself from drinking any wine and grows out his hair and is basically removed from physicality for, I think it's 30 days. could be 40, I'm pretty sure it's 30 days. After this withdrawal time, he has to bring what we call a korban chatas, which means a sin offering. Why? Because we're not meant to bring, in the time of the Beis Mikdash, right? We're not meant to be totally removed from the world. We're not meant to be totally removed from Klal Yisrael, from the Jewish nation. It's not supposed to be he's there and I'm here and now we are separate entities, right? We're all one, and when we realize that, then all this silliness of we're different, that all just fades away. It all fades away. And unfortunately, you feel that, at least in Israel, during times of war and tragedy. You feel that then. You feel people that the differences don't play a role. I was visiting my grandmother in the hospital a year and a half ago, when war was going on in Israel. And at that time, there were many soldiers who were in the hospital because of the war. And I was in the elevator going up in Hadassah Hospital here in Jerusalem. And there was this woman in the elevator. And she was going to visit some of the soldiers. Tons of people were just going to visit soldiers in the hospital. And she looked at me in the elevator and she said, and she wasn't religious, and I clearly looked Orthodox. And she said to me, "Isn't it nice, though, all of the Jewish nations coming together at this time?" And it's true. It didn't matter, Haredi, not Haredi. Like, we're Jews, and we need help. And she said, "Isn't it nice that we're all coming together?" And I said to her, "It is nice, and it's beautiful. Let's just not need terror and war to bring us together, right? Let's not need that to, like, almost like when there's, like, bullets going on, we all, like, duck together. Why? Because we need to stay safe. Yeah, exactly, protect ourselves."